makes most women start a business? Is it passion, money, or freedom? Welcome to Female Founders, the podcast that takes you behind the scene with women who are founders and CEOs to help you start and scale a successful business of your own. I am your host, Nagelia Deravine. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Female Founders. In this episode, we are going to have a conversation with Danielle Ralston, founder of Organized Operations. Danielle's organization is helping businesses grow ahead by providing operations and marketing support. This is a one-stop shop for business owners from starting, scaling, and growing. Ready to learn how Danielle organization can help your business grow? Let's get to the interview. Hi Danielle, thank you for being here with us today. I appreciate the time you've given us to have a discussion with you about all the great things you have been doing and how you're supporting other businesses. But I am curious to know a little bit more about your success, because it seems that you've been doing a lot of great things, and reading about you, you have a lot of great experience also that businesses need to actually grow their business. It's flat down. If you don't have them, you're probably not gonna make it for the first 5 years. And but before we get deep into all the questions, I want to know what inspired you to become a female founder.
So I became a female founder because I had a professor in school tell me I couldn't do it. I was diagnosed at a young age with learning disabilities and all kinds of issues, and they never thought I would learn to read. So nobody bothered trying to teach me until I had one amazing teacher who pulled me out of sitting on the floor, not learning anything, taught me everything, had me working above grade level, but like very quickly. And then constantly have heard of my whole life, no, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to do that. You can't do that. You have too many issues. You can't do that. Well, I just decided to prove them wrong.
And you just did.
Yep.
Well, you told me I couldn't do it, so I did it. Next, anyone else want to tell me something else?
Yeah, but I need a challenge. Give me that challenge.
Give it to me. I love that. You said you are a survivor. So, and a child with multiple learning differences. How did you make it to become a successful business, operation, and marketing strategist?
So through school was very tough for me until about 5th grade when I had that one teacher. And then after that, she just made things click for me. And I was very interested in technology. I'm old enough that we didn't have computers in our classrooms when I was that age in school, but it was something that was very interesting to me, and just kept learning and kept reading books and reading, which was something I was told I would never be able to do. So I had to read everything I could get my hands on. But it's all about learning. I'm always learning something new. I think I have, last count, I have 22 certifications in different things, from tech and coaching and entrepreneurship and all kinds of stuff, college degrees. And I just want to keep learning. And that's where that success comes from. You have to have that motivation and drive. If you aren't motivated to change your circumstances, you're going to stay stuck in them.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Would you say that if that teacher didn't push you to that level where you're like, you know what, I'm going to have to prove you wrong, would you say your life would have been different today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm obstinate. I'm very obstinate. So if somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm good. I can't let that go. I'm like a dog with a bone. I can't let that go. So I don't think if I would have had all of the things to overcome, I don't think I would have bothered trying. I come from a very traumatic childhood with learning disability, and just everything was there. I had everything stacked against me ever hitting that next level. But that's why everything you go through builds strength for the next thing, and builds strength for the next thing, if you allow it to. And I think that's one of the biggest things, is learning to take what is bad and turn it into something that can benefit me.
I love what you just said, because do you know how many people I meet every day that just, if someone says something negative to them, they just stop.
And sometimes we need to. Sometimes we need to stop and feel the emotions and to let the emotions take hold. But this is like my favorite tool ever as an entrepreneur. And if I get stuck in the feelings or I get stuck in something, I set this timer. And when he dings and when he's done,
Your
I'm
time is
done.
up.
Time to move on. Time is up. Let's move on.
You heard Danielle. I love that one. Just put a timer, take a break, and then when it's over, come back to work.
Exactly. Because it makes a really big difference in you have stopping it, stopping the feeling, stopping the emotion is just as bad as over feeling the emotion. So you've got to find that balance. It's finding that balance of turning it into creating more power for yourself instead of allowing it to take your power.
I love it. You work in the male dominated IT world, so we all know that it's hard for female to actually survive it, and we struggle a lot for acceptance, for people to even accept us and respect us as well. Can you tell us about your experience?
So it was never easy, ever easy. I think because I'm fairly it made it easier because you're not going to tell me I can't do something, so I'm going to figure out how to do it. I also feel the emotions and walk away because that's if you show the emotion, they're like a pack of hungry sharks. They're going to feed on that and continue to try to foster. Again, if you give somebody else the power, they're going to take it. So not allowing them to have that and just learning, constantly learning that next thing so that you can make it to that next step and learning that next thing and showing it, not just learning it and being quiet about it in the background, learning it, proving it, being vocal about it and moving to that next level. And I think that's a really hard balance for a lot of women is the standing in the what they know and not allowing somebody else to talk over them to try to take credit for whatever they're doing. That's hard to do. That's really, really hard to do as a woman. Like we all have trouble, but learning to say, no, I do know this and I know how to do this and this is how it should be done. And this is why I know it should be done. Having to prove yourself all the time and always have to prove though gets exhausting, which is why I left the tech world and now focus on marketing and operations for businesses because it gets exhausting having to argue with somebody all the time to prove yourself.
When it's not even actually worth arguing for, because at the end it's not a competition here. We're just trying to make the world a better place for everyone. So why are we arguing and competing
Yep.
every single time? I agree with you on that.
Yes.
How did you find your power in your voice as a woman?
I will say, and you probably aren't going to hear many women say this, my husband was a huge piece of that. When we were first together, I was the exact replica of trauma, wounded, everything. I lived there. I lived there. I was that everything. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't do anything. And having somebody on my side, my husband and my mother-in-law, who is the most amazing woman I have ever met, um, just standing behind me going, no, you can do that. Why are you, no, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that. Having that tribe behind you, no matter who that is. I do that for other women that don't have that in their personal relationships now because it's so important. Showing you the path to get to that next step, showing you can do that by making you do it sometimes, by being that, shoving you off the ledge so that you know that you do have the ability to fly and do that next thing, and then shoving you off that next ledge to know that you can do that thing, and shoving you off. You need that friend tribe behind you shoving.
It's like having a cheerleader that's telling you, you got
Oh yeah,
this. It's okay.
absolutely.
Keep moving forward. Just keep on going. I'm here. I'm behind you. I'm cheering and I'm with you. It's okay if you fall. I'll give you a hand and help you stand straight again, and we start all over again. And you know what? You are right. We need that. We need that tribe. We need that support as women. And it's kind of sad it's not around a lot. So it's not every woman like you is doing it. And I don't meet a lot of them. And so that's why when I meet women like you, I keep them in my circle because not too many of them are out there.
It took me a very long time to find those women, and I've had to create that circle myself. Even now, I mean, I have my husband is amazing, my mother-in-law is amazing, my son, who is now an adult, is amazing, but you still need that group of women behind you. You really need, and even I, where I am now, with the level of success, I still have to have that group of women behind me. And sometimes we have to build up for ourselves, but we have to know that we need that in order to build up for ourselves.
I think it's another way of thinking that we are not alone. There's other people fighting for it as well. We fighting together, and it's I think it's kind of give you that it's like being an elephant. You just take that one first foot, you put it down, and you shake the wall, and you put the next one, you shake it again, and you know that the rest is just behind you following it. And you're right, we need that. Now let's talk about your company. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So, organized operations, we've actually gone through 4 name changes over the last 5 years to slowly move to this because I came out of tech. So, I started where I started with tech to try to bring some of those customers and those relationships with me and slowly move to organized operations. And we do OBM, so online business managers, and there are 14 of us, and all but one are women. We have one male on our team because he's awesome. He's awesome. I love him. I adore him. And he does our lead generation for us. But we have basically a full female team. And every day we're learning from each other. We're supporting one another. And we will work with a business owner from figuring out what they even want to do all the way through reaching that 6-figure, 7-figure business, launching, being a startup and like starting a tech company. I'm working right now with a couple legal tech companies, women who are starting from no idea what they're doing and developing new software to make the world better for other women. I've worked with women in domestic violence to help them build support systems for women coming out of those situations. And our team takes on interns, women coming out of jail, women coming out of domestic violence situations, and train them how to start their own businesses because they often don't have the skills that they need in order to support themselves. They can't afford daycare for their children, or safety reasons, they can't go out and get a job. Health reasons, many of them have really long-term health complications because of all of their trauma. So I'm able to use this to support that and create something where we really can support women and help them get to where they want to go. And most of my clients, I think our best case scenario is we have a client that was making $2,000 a month and is now making $45,000 a month because she worked through the process. And it takes a long time. It's not a fast thing. I never say that, in 90 days, we can help you make 6 figures. That anybody tells you that is completely lying, and throw that out the window. It took us 2 years to get her there, but she's consistently there. She's not making good money some months and no money the next. She's consistently where she wanted to be in her business. And now she hired an OBM, a full-time OBM, so that she doesn't even have to work in her business full-time anymore.
I love. Where have you been all my life?
I'm right here.
You said two things that I love, and I don't hear it often from people. One of them is that you try to figure out what they want. That's something I don't hear often from people because working with small business owners, I can tell you usually they don't know what they want. And I love that part when you said it because I don't hear it often. And second thing that you said that I love so much is the fact that she didn't make that money overnight in 30 days. It takes 2 years. And I do not like when I read from the internet, when people reach out to me, said, I can help you make X amount of money in 30 days. It's like, how are you going to do that? Are we robbing a bank?
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to hear you say that. Thank you.
It takes time. I mean, it's taken me 5 years to reach my 6 figures in my business. in a way that actually mattered. Because, yeah, we had great months, we'd have not so great months. I mean, the pandemic hit, obviously, that was a big deal for everybody. But we've been able to sustain and not have to pivot or change our business model or do any of those things. We've been able to keep going and keep moving. And it's that slow, strategic, very purposeful steps with every. If you continue to do that, you will have sustainable financial stability in your business. Not everybody cares about earning $45,000 a month. I have a client that her goal was she wanted to make enough money to pay for her grocery bill every month. That's all she cared about. That's all she wanted to work. So we made sure that she could do that. And that's all she wanted to do. She didn't want to work 40 hours or 80 hours or 100 hours a week like some of us work. She wanted to just be able to do this one thing to contribute to her family.
And that was it.
And she reached the success that she wanted.
I like that. So you get to know your clients and understand them and try to figure exactly what they are looking for before you actually even said, let's do this. And I think that's a great process.
And I think that's the coach in me, the life coach and the business coach in me wants to see the success. There's an actual path to success, and you're a person. And when you own a business, you are your brand. I don't care whether you're selling coffee mugs or if you're selling services like what I do, you have to build you in order for your business to be able to grow too. Because if you're not doing both at the same time, you're not going to find long-term success.
Absolutely right. So from what I'm hearing is that the success of your client is also your success. So
Absolutely.
if they succeed, you succeed.
Absolutely.
I love it. So you open Be Boss Girl. And let's talk about that. How did you manage this? What is it all about?
So Be Boss Girl LLC is the main overreaching business for all of my other businesses, organized operations. We own an SEO business called SEO Link Machine. Now You Like Me, which is a social media business. And then we have Be Boss Girl LLC. And then ADHD coaching, which is ADHD Boss Girls. So under all of that, Be Boss Girl, when I started that, the Sophia Amoroso had just come out with her book. And I'm like, I need a name that's going to catch everybody's attention. And it was specifically for SEO that I chose the name Be Boss Girl. And it has served me well because I'm teaching every woman I work with to be a boss and allow the fearless little girl in them become that boss that they wanted to be when they were on the playground, climbing to the top of the monkey bars and doing all of that. There's little girls, little boys are so fearless. And we, as we get older, we forget to be that boss that little girl wanted to be.
That's true.
And we have a tagline: rise strong, become limitless, and be boss girl.
I love it. It's catchy.
Yes, it is.
So let's talk. I know you have a few different companies. Can you walk us through what each one of them provide, what type of services?
So Be Boss Girl is the overarching LLC. In the US, you have to have an LLC to run a business and have insurance and all that good stuff. So I don't operate as a Be Boss Girl anymore. However, Organized Operations is our OBM and digital marketing agency. We offer everything and anything that a business needs in order to start, grow, and scale their business. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And then I am a life and business coach. I'm a master life and business coach, and I do functional and cognitive behavioral therapy coaching with ADHD entrepreneurs because we need to more function in our lives so we don't live in chaos world. I am ADHD, if you couldn't tell. So I do coaching, and then I'm also a business consultant. So I will go into startups, corporate level startups, and help them reach their goals, launch, go through beta launch, start work with a dev team, organize a team, help teach them how to be a CEO. Because many people in startup don't understand that process of being a leader and a CEO in their business. So when I do business consulting, we do that. We walk through, again, it's that life coaching and that business coaching that all go together, as well as operations. What software do I need this week in order to grow this next thing and be able to organize everything? We write all the SOPs and do all of those pieces. So they all work together. And then we have SEO Link Machine, where we build a strong backlink, and it's specifically for backlinks for your online business, so your online website. So we build links. So SEO Link Machine, and we build links for your business. So you have a good, strong backbone for SEO in order for your website to even be seen. You need a good backlink strategy. We also do know, like, and trust. So it's Now You Like Me, and we help build that know, like, and trust in your social media so that you can be seen as a thought leader for your businesses. Working with getting people to comment and not buying likes, not buying followers, but working on getting organic comments and organic interaction on your social media. So it's a little above a social media manager. A social media manager will come in and create a strategy for you, maybe write content for you and the graphic design for your social media, engage a little bit, but that engagement piece is actually more important than the content you write.
That's
and if
true.
you aren't focusing on, and most people don't really want to pay for both at the same time. So I realized when I separated them out that people were more willing to buy the other packages.
Interesting, isn't it?
I don't understand, but okay. And I'm willing to earn money on it. So that's where we are.
Whatever works for them, at the end, they get what they want anyway. So everyone is happy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you. Now I understand it a lot better. But what is the secret behind your success? What's the secret behind it all?
The people that are behind me, supporting me, the people that I have invested in to create my support system. Because, I mean, my husband, who obviously I invest a lot of time, we've been married 28 years, so I've invested a lot of time in
Oh,
him, but he's invested that time in me. But I hire the person that I need for all of my weaknesses. I am ADHD. I am a project manager. I can organize my client stuff very, very well, but I can't organize my own. So I hired that person, and that's a huge investment for my business. I don't look at hiring a VA or hiring an OBM or hiring a project manager as an expense to me. It's an investment to me because it allows me to make more money because I've invested in getting something off my plate that I didn't want to do. Investing in my own life coach. I have my own life coach and business coach because I need somebody that's going to put back in what I'm giving out and give me that support that I need. So I create that investment. I hired myself a sales strategy coach last year. Even though I'm very, very good at sales, I still needed that extra level because I was just feeling like I wasn't quite where I wanted to get. So I invested in that for myself. Investing in VAs, investing in social media people for myself, investing in graphic designers. The more I invest, the better and more successful my business is. And sometimes
I
it's painful to invest. It's very painful, especially at the start, to invest in somebody else to do something in your business when you're like, I don't even know where my next client's going to come from. But I will tell you, every time I've done that, my business has leveled up. It's gone to that next level, gone to that next level.
I agree with you because the same thing with me with Warmel. I think hiring employees was one of the hardest thing, and I had, other people had to push me like, if you really want to build this, you need help. You can't handle all this by yourself. But I'm like, well, I'm gonna waste all the money, and then I'm not gonna get anything out of it, and I'm gonna be broke, and I don't have clients, and then I fail. But I realized that oh, okay, maybe you're right. I can't do this by myself. Maybe I need to hire in one person that's already know what they are doing, but I teach them how to do it my way. And from that, and I just women just keep on growing and keep on growing and keep on growing. And the more I invest, like you said, the more I invest in having people working with me, the bigger I get.
Yep, exactly.
So I know when a few times you mentioned your husband, how important your husband played, how a big role he plays in everything in your business. Can you collaborate a little bit more in that for me?
So my husband and there's very little that I do that I don't talk out with him first. And I don't care if it's spending $25 on a stupid piece of software. The only thing I don't tell them about is buying Erin Condren planners. We don't talk about that. But I like planners. I like pretty planners. Yep. But we talk about everything, every decision, every person I'm going to hire, the reason why, because it gives me somebody who is very logical, very methodical to talk it out with, to make sure that I'm on the right track. Now, I say that, but a lot of that is because we have mutual respect for each other. It's not because I'm asking for his permission, because if you've learned anything in the last few minutes, I don't ask for permission for anything. But it's mutual respect because he supports my business. It's a part of our family. I mean, he's not going to go out and quit his job, his job, because he feels like he knows better than me. I mean, I think I would accept it if he did, but we're going to have those discussions, and we discuss everything. He always knows what's going on. He helps me make decisions. He'll help me organize something if I need to. He is my biggest fan and my biggest supporter.
Is your biggest partner?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would not be able to do what I do. I mean, some weeks I'm working 90, 180, 2,000 million hours in a week. I don't know if there are that many hours, but there are weeks that without that support, there would be tension. And with that tension would cause me to not be able to do what I do. So he's one of the biggest supporters I could ever ask.
Not to mention that even sometimes, I know me having employees, sometimes I have rough days with my employees. It's just rough time. And you just need someone to just talk to about it, and that person get to listen and then kind of help you see it as an employee also. And I think sometimes I need that, and my husband helped me with that, to see it me as the employee. How would I feel, so that I can understand how they feel in compared to how I feel, and find a solution that would be good for both of us. So I understand where you're coming from with having a great relationship with your husband regarding your business, and we all need that. But unfortunately, not every businesswoman have that.
And if you don't have that, but that's why somebody like I am that for other business owners. I have somebody that we talk only when she needs. She'll call and say, "Hey, I need to schedule a call." And she'll pay for one call here and one call there as she needs them, so that she has that person to talk things through and hear somebody else's opinion. So even if you don't have that as part of a mutual romantic relationship standing behind you, you can create that for yourself. There are those of us that will do that for business owners, because again, that's where I find my success, is I have that person to talk things out. I have a business coach too. I talk these things out with her because it's so important to have those conversations and have somebody to have those conversations with.
You know what? I think having more than one person, like you said, you have your business coach and you have your husband, having to speak to him and also speaking to your coach, it kind of help you understand it in two different ways, and in a better way also to make decision as well.
Exactly. Because I'm getting other opinions and not just stuck in my own head doing it my way because I know better than everybody else, because I don't. I'm just as likely to fall apart and create a mess as anybody else is, even though I've been doing this a long time. And I think sometimes it's even worse because I've been doing it so long that I forget what it's like to be that person just starting out, or to be the VA on a team or something like that. So having all other people's opinions makes me better at what I do.
And also, I will say that also make you a better leader, a better better
I
for your
hope so.
client as well. Yes. Well, the
I
way
hope
you
so.
talk,
Yes.
you are. The way you are talking, you are. Either you have all you think that the way you act, things like that might not be the way people, but you are. I think you are a great leader, especially, if you go back to the beginning of what actually made you just stand up, said, "Hey, wait a minute, don't think of me like that. I'm better than that. Just because I'm sitting there doesn't mean I can't do better than that." Well, let me prove it to you, actually. So you are really that person that want to take the lead, and I'm gonna prove this, and I'm gonna make you a better follower. I'm gonna make you a better person. You are that person.
I work at it every day because if you don't, it's the minute you're not.
That's true. So, what is the key to the success of your clients?
The key to is them being willing to listen and take steps and be organized with their steps. It's that purposeful strategy. When I had clients who don't want to do that. They want instant gratification. And the minute they want instant gratification, things fall apart and things don't work well. You're not going to see the success. So when I have clients that are willing to just listen and take one small step in the right direction at a time, because there's really no right or wrong direction in businesses. And I think that's what people don't quite understand is there's no right or wrong direction. I mean, you can do things very wrong and illegally and badly, but there's nothing you can't recover from, and there's no right or wrong in how you grow your business. There's no one way to do anything, not at all. And any business coach or OBM or social media manager or anybody that says, "Oh, this is the only way you can do it," no, that's not true in any way. And working with somebody who's willing to listen to me and I'm willing to listen to them to find what's going to work best for them, because you don't fit in a box. We have wonderful curves and fluffy parts and skinny parts and angled parts, and that's not going to fit in a perfectly square box or a perfect circle. That's never going to fit into those things. And our businesses don't either. Our businesses are as unique as our bodies and our personalities, and you have to be able to bring those together to make that work well for your business, or you're not going to have success.
That is a great example. I never see it that way. The way you put it, you put it down. It's like, yeah, you're right. We do. You know what? Another thing that when it's come to women in business that we suffer a lot is the fact that we mix personal, business, emotion, or everything in this world. We just put them in one package and said, here it is. And do you think that one of the reasons why most women fail in business?
Absolutely, because emotion does not belong in your business. You, as the business owner, have emotion. And that absolutely is part of who you are and how you're going to operate your business. But your business itself, it does not have emotion, nor should your interaction or reaction to things in your business have that emotion. Feel the emotions, put it away, and take a step back. So one of my favorite exercises that I have every client go through, because we're all going to have a day where the emotions are going to come out, they're going to spill over, and it's going to be bad. And you have to deal with a bad employee, a bad relationship, or something went wrong with a client, whatever. Write it all down. Get every piece of emotion on the piece of paper. Put the piece of paper in a shredder or go burn it outside. Take the emotion out of it and rewrite it and be professional.
I love it. Yes. Yes.
Because we have to feel those emotions. We have to get them out. If you don't get them out, you're going to fail at something else, or it's going to spill over into something else. So get it out. Absolutely get it out. Sometimes it takes me 4 or 5 tries to write an email before I can be professional and businesslike. And that's fine.
I agree. I think one that I see a lot is you also gonna meet people that just not going to be nice to you. They're gonna actually make you feel like what you are doing is probably the worst thing you're doing, even if it's not. So I always tell people when you get this type of emails or this type of answers or anything like that, I know it hurts inside, and I know what you want to do. You want to punch that person. I know that's what I want to do, but you don't have to. Take a deep breath, say thank you, and walk away.
Exactly. And like I said, feel the emotion. The emotion is absolutely valid, absolutely great. Feel it and walk away.
I agree with you on that. What are your future plans?
Right now, I am actually in the process of releasing and I say oh geez, they're falling all over the place. Every workbook, every worksheet, every course, everything I've ever written for every client that's ever needed a resource. are slowly, I've only got 3 or 4 on my website right now. I'm slowly turning them into content that people can buy so that they can do some things on their own at smaller prices than hiring somebody like me. So I'm turning every single thing into courses, DIY courses for people to be able to purchase. So that is my 2022 goal, is to get all of those onto my website.
So it's pretty much like everything you've been working for the past few years that people are looking for, need, and want, and you take them all, you're gonna put them all on your website. Instead of charging a lot of money for them, you're gonna put them online for a cheaper price and they can just follow it and get it done.
Yep. And I've decided that nothing will be over $200 on my website. Most everything is going to be in the 50-ish dollar range, to try to keep it for those just starting out that can't afford those big investments. Because I mean, I work with a coach that sells something for $20,000, and there are a lot of coaches that do that, but not many high level coaches with a lot of experience that are willing to help those just starting out. And that's where I want to be.
I agree. What you are doing is awesome, and I appreciate that you are doing it because a lot of, especially women starting a business and that's have children, single parents, and they're on their own, but they want to create something better for the kids. They don't have much money. They cannot even pay $5,000 to a coach. So I think what you are doing will be very helpful because $200 they can afford that.
And I also have a free community that they can come in, not on Facebook, because we all get stuck on Facebook and forget to leave Facebook world. So I built a Mighty Networks community where people can go and ask follow-up questions after they buy the courses. And it's completely free, and it's open. Even if you don't buy my courses, it's completely free. You can ask any question. I'm not going to guarantee I'll answer them every day, but I'm there to answer your questions and support in a free opportunity as well.
I love it. Can you tell us more about that network?
So that's organizedoperations.support. So organized operations, instead of .com, it's .support. And it is an online, it's like a Facebook group. That works a lot like a Facebook group. You can ask any questions. I've got a lot of free resources in there, and I do free mini workshop every month. And I try to go in there and support. Women will come in and ask marketing questions and business questions and operations questions. I'm going to be doing a free Trello training next week because somebody's like, I don't understand how to make Trello work for me. It's just messy. Okay, so she booked a call with me, and I'm going to record it, and that'll be a free training for people on the community so that they can learn how to do the things in their business they need to learn.
You are doing a great thing, and you're not charging for that. It's absolutely free.
No. Yes, it's absolutely free. Everything on the community is absolutely free. You will see questions where people will ask questions about the courses that they're taking through me and stuff, but
it's free to
the
join and
community
ask
itself.
questions.
And I don't claim that I will be there every day. I cannot offer that level of support for that, but it's there. And I go in a few times a week and I will answer all of the questions. Other people on my team also will go in and answer questions when they can.
But the good thing about it is the fact that in a few years, people probably won't even need to ask a lot of questions because most of these questions you already been answered them, so they can just search for them and just watch a
Yep.
video or read what you already post.
So when we post in Facebook groups or LinkedIn posts or anything like that, it's not searchable on Google. Me having my own community, every post is searchable by Google. So if somebody asks me a question, I answer the question, and now becomes searchable by Google. So if somebody wants to know an answer to a question and it hits the keywords for that post, Google will send them to my community. And that's why I'm not on Facebook or LinkedIn with.
That's the key. I love it. But again, don't come there to be like you on Facebook. It's not a Facebook. It's a place to come to learn and to grow your business if you need to.
Exactly. It's not, I mean, we have fun sometimes. Sometimes we ask crazy questions, and it's just there to hang out and have somebody who understands what it's like to be an entrepreneur. Other times, it's only to learn. It's what we're there for. We're there to help and support.
Absolutely. Anything else you'd like to share with us before we end our conversation today?
I can't think of anything else. We've talked about everything, I think.
I think so too. We think about a lot of things. I'm sure there's other things in the world we can get into, but I think that's a
I'm
conversation.
sure, but come on over to Organized Operations Support and we'll have more conversations over there.
Absolutely, and I love it. And thank you so much for giving me the chance to have that conversation with you and to pick your brain a little bit because I love doing that sometimes. And hey, I can't ever know much. I have to keep learning to better myself. And then
We all have to keep learning.
women like you that's been doing it and become successful and then helping other women, making money in this world. Hey, it's awesome. It's great to know you and then to have a conversation and to share with other women that they know that when they need the help, they can also come to you.
I'm glad. I'm always glad to share. And I learn. I always learn. And I don't just do this because I'm better than everybody else and I know more than you. No, I learn something every day from the people that I connect with.
That was an amazing conversation. At some point in time, all of us face the situation of feeling lost, and finding the real purpose in life becomes necessary. Don't be afraid to go out there and ask for help. If you are on your journey of finding your purpose, remember to believe in yourself. Take a risk, find inspiration, and focus on the one thing that you actually really want in life. Get help when you need the help, and find someone that can understand your situation. Someone like Dr. Bailey that's been there and done that. Thank you, Dr. Bailey, for being here with us today, and thank you for listening to this week's episode. Let me know your thoughts about this episode and how you are helping other women find their real life purpose. To learn more about Dr. Frances Ann Bailey, please visit www.francesannbailey.com. Thank you for listening to Female Founders Podcast. That's it for this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast app or connect with us on womel.com so that you don't miss our next episode. See you next time. Bye for now.